An average-sized golf course uses over 1 million liters of water a day, equivalent to the daily water consumption of a small town of 5,000 or 6,000 people. But here is the unbelievable part. Despite consuming so many resources, nearly half of the golf courses in the US quietly operate at a loss. Today, let's take a look at how a golf course empire really works, and why the real profit comes not from membership fees, but from restaurants, event venues, and real estate. There are two paths building a new course from scratch, including land acquisition, design, and construction. It costs the 50-30 million and takes 2-3 years. Or buying an existing, established course, ranging from 3 to 10 million, depending on the course's location and reputation. But here's the trap: old courses often have outdated irrigation infrastructure, which means hidden repair costs in the early years. Golf courses are usually financed through bank loans or private investor partnerships. Up to 60-70% of the land's value can be borrowed by placing it as collateral. However, banks often impose an additional requirement: the debt service coverage ratio, a metric showing how many times income covers debt payments, which is typically required to be a minimum of 1.25. This means new owners must carry out very cautious budget planning during the early years. Water costs are the heaviest burden. In arid regions, the monthly water bill can reach 50,000 to 100,000. Course maintenance staff, workers who mow, fertilize, account for monthly wages of 80,000 to 150,000. Equipment, lawn mowers, tractors, each worth 50,000 to 100,000, must be replaced regularly. Fertilizer and pesticide costs can reach 200,000 to 400,000 per year. In total, the annual cost of just keeping it green for an average golf course ranges between 100 million and 1.5 million. Water is the industry's biggest future risk. In drought-stricken regions, for example, the southwestern US, local governments have begun imposing water use restrictions on golf courses. Some courses have already switched from drinking water to reclaimed water, recycled wastewater. This requires an additional investment of 102 million for initial setup, but reduces long-term water costs. Membership fees, which seem to be the primary source of revenue. In private clubs, annual membership can cost 5,000 to 20,000, while initiation fees can reach 50,000 to 100,000. But here is the reality. The average age of golf members nationwide is rising year by year, and the younger generation is showing less interest in the sport. Many clubs are facing a decline in membership numbers, which weakens their stable revenue base. As the industry's own saying goes, membership keeps the course green, but it doesn't drive the profit. Now let's move on to the industry's biggest secret. The true profit of golf clubs comes not from green fees, but from the activities inside the clubhouse. The restaurant and bar, weddings and corporate events, pro shop, merchandise sales, all of these operate with high profit margins. A single wedding event can bring in a $15,000 and $30,000 in revenue with minimal extra cost. According to statistics, 40-60% of a successful golf club's total revenue comes from non-golf sources. Some clubs even develop the surrounding land as residential complexes, earning millions of dollars in additional revenue from real estate sales. The view of a golf course can boost house prices by 20-30%. Thus, even if the golf course itself often operates at a loss, the value it creates around it drives the real profit. 5-10% of annual revenue is spent on marketing, social media, local events, partnerships with tour operators. The break-even threshold depends on the number of daily tee times sold. An average course needs to sell 150 to 200 rounds a day just to cover expenses. Bad weather and off-season drops can sharply reduce this number, but course maintenance costs remain unchanged. The golf industry is seasonal by nature. In cold climate regions, winter months mean almost zero revenue, yet maintenance costs, such as preparing the turf for winter, continue. To fill this gap, some clubs install indoor training centers or simulator rooms, but this also requires additional investment. Water scarcity stands as a growing risk ahead. In some regions, governments have directly imposed water quotas on golf courses, which can lead to drying turf and declining play quality. Furthermore, rising water prices can sharply drive up operational expenses over the years. The second risk is the land itself. Suburban golf courses are often located on extremely valuable land. This presents a major temptation for developers sometimes. Converting the course into a residential complex is far more lucrative than keeping it as a golf facility. As a result, long-term owners constantly face the dilemma of whether to sell the course or keep going, which makes long-term investment planning difficult. Hurricanes, floods, prolonged drought periods. Any of these can shut down a course for months. Restoration costs can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars, and insurance often doesn't fully cover it, especially due to recurring climate events. Major golf companies own dozens of courses. This creates wholesale purchasing powers, fertilizer, equipment, centralized management, and brand strength through tournament recognition. A single course owner lacks these advantages, which is why small independent clubs in the industry are gradually being acquired by large networks. Single golf course ownership, a rating of 3 out of 10, because water risk is increasing, membership is declining, and land pressure is constant. However, a well-managed club with a solid restaurant, event, and real estate strategy can push that up to a 6. What do you think? Would you invest in a golf course, or would the price of water scare you off? Let us know in the comments.